Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. So today I am covering two of Foodie Beauty's recent live streams. The two live streams are Live Life with Me Today and Sick. A bunch of sick emojis for the title. So Foodie Beauty, just a recap for everybody. She did a live last night called McGuns. And I watched part of the live stream, and I'm making the decision that I'm not going to cover it because, in my opinion, she was talking about some very, very personal things, bringing up some topics that can be rather controversial depending on who you are. She was revealing things in that live stream that, in my opinion, as a person, should only be discussed privately with people that you know and that you trust. I was watching the live stream. She was discussing certain things that happened between her and Pete, uh, such as the topic of her terminating pregnancy. And all I could think was, this is kind of disrespectful to Pete because she was saying a lot of things that it was just way too personal. And really, nobody needed to know all this stuff. Using her platform to talk about way too personal things, my opinion. So I'm not going to cover that live stream. I'm going to focus on the live streams of today. The Live Life with Me Today and the Sick live stream. In the McGuns live stream, she revealed that she sold her TV. Foodie has drug habits, and the appearance that she's giving everybody is that she's broke. She's low on money. Whether that's true or not, cannot confirm nor deny. But the appearance that she's giving off to everybody is she's so broke that she sold her TV. So where are we today? Today, she got up early saying that she had errands to do. And in the Live Life with Me Today live stream, she's running around and getting some cat food. She said she had to go to a couple of other places. And during the latter part of the live stream, there's a minute where she says, I have a lot of anxiety, and then her jaw starts shaking. Now, when I first watched the clip in the live stream of her jaw just going off, at first I was alarmed, but then I sat back and I thought about it, and I'm like, she just said she's got anxiety, and then that automatically happens. The bad thing about Foodie is that anymore with her, you can't tell what's real and what's not real, what's made up for the camera to get super chats, or it's something that's actually happening in front of you. But I'm going to go ahead and play the two parts from the Live Life with Me Today live stream so you guys can see exactly what I saw. So let me go to this first part right here where she says she has a headache. She's claiming she has a headache. And before we get started with it, here are my thoughts on that. Foodie, if you are not well and if you have a headache, you don't need to be driving. You don't need to be driving. If you're having some sort of withdrawal symptoms from whatever it is you do, you don't need to be driving. You really don't. Well, let's start from here.
So let's go do that now. The plan for today is to give me a minute. I have like a headache.
So if you have a headache, why not just stay at home, take a couple of aspirin, lie down, and get rid of your headache before you start driving? had bad headaches before, and one of the things that will aggravate a headache is bright light. So she's driving around, it's daytime. I'm sure if she does have a headache, that's not going to help.
Yeah, that helps me. I need a coffee, but the breathing and the my puffer helped. My lungs were on fire. I don't know what. Oh, hey guys. Not exactly, no, not an all-nighter, but no. You hydrated? I know. I've been itching. I'm investigating. I was on Tinder. I know people think I'm a stalker, but I was legit just on. I just like to I just browse them just for shits and giggles. And I don't know. Sometimes I swipe right. Sometimes I swipe left. Sometimes I swipe right. Anyway, let me go get gas and then a coffee. I'll tell you the rest of my story after I get coffee. I can't even think right now. I just want gas and coffee. Look at all these normal people going to work.
You know, if she's got a headache and she needed coffee, she's got a coffee maker. Why not make the coffee at home? That way you don't have to go anywhere. Caffeine does help with a headache, especially the combination of caffeine and a little bit of aspirin. If anybody out there has ever taken BC powders, that's basically what they are, is caffeine and powdered up aspirin mixed together, and that's why they work so well. But if she wanted caffeine, she could have stayed at home. She doesn't have to go run around to Starbucks.
I'm going to work too, I guess. I hate this intersection. So bad. So anyway, you go.
Okay, so there's that. So she goes to the drive-through at Starbucks, which, by the way, Chantal, if you're low on money, you shouldn't be going to Starbucks. You should be making your coffee at home, because people low on money do not spend money on Starbucks. That's just an unnecessary expense. But here's another part that I want to show you guys, the part where she has a situation where the jaw is just going off. Honestly, I don't know if this is real or made up for the camera, but it just seems a little bit weird that the jaw thing doesn't happen until she mentions that she has anxiety.
Like it just happened. I just feel weird and sick.
And also, Chantal, if you have anxiety, coffee is the last thing you should be drinking. Anybody who drinks coffee can tell you that. All that coffee is going to do is heighten your anxiety.
Maybe this will help. Give me a minute. I had really bad anxiety about being out of the house right now.
If you had really bad anxiety, how did you even leave the house? Wouldn't it be best to stay home while you're feeling anxious? Does it really make sense to get behind the wheel of a car while you're feeling anxiety? Y'all see that? Saw her jaw going off? So she says that she has anxiety, and directly after that, you know, the situation with the jaw. Don't know if that's real or if she did that for the camera, but because she said that she's got really bad anxiety and that follow that up with doing the situation with the jaw, it just makes me go, You know, I just have to question it if that was real or fake. Also, Foodie, if you are suffering from anxiety and you're sick to your stomach, that caffeinated drink is not going to help. The acid in the coffee is only going to aggravate your stomach. So she's acting like she's ill. Uh, if she's ill, it could be because she doesn't have the drugs that she normally has. She's getting low and she's dope sick. Not saying that she does heroin. Nader was on his stream this morning saying that Foodie has done H. I don't believe that. I don't believe she does that because she's far too hyper. And H, it makes you more drowsy. It's more of a sedative. Uh, I think she does more of the stimulant variety. Uh, maybe some math homework, maybe some cola. So, do I think that Nader is the one who does H? Yes, because he's actually been dope sick. But if Foodie is dope sick, it's of party favors of a different kind. Uh, her party favors go in the opposite direction than his does. So she's acting like she's ill. And she's driving.
There's too many people out. I'm gonna go off right now and like come back later because I'm not feeling too good.
So normally when she goes to the pet store, she'll leave the camera running. She cuts it off here, just all of a sudden cuts it off, which looks kind of suspicious. Like maybe she's going to do something that she doesn't want anybody to know about. If you want my opinion, I think she was picking something up so she would not be chemical sick. Let's go on to the comments though, before we move on to the next live. Lady D says, what makes today different from any other day? She is always online. Yeah, every day is exactly the same. Isn't that a line from a Nine Inch Nails song? Nav says, I feel sick, like I'm dying, is the exact consequence you get for living the life you do. Surprise. Yeah, lately Foodie has been talking in a morbid way, talking about death, talking about God, and mentioning her death, and just really going into morbid areas with the conversation. You're making a joke of it. Summer Flower says, yes, she definitely got up at 10 a.m. because she urgently had to get cat treats. Everyone completely believes that. Anyway, something happened during the night. She will spill it later. Well, she spilled her guts last night in the McGunn's live stream, saying way too personal things, things involving Pete and BB. And I just don't feel right covering it. It's just way too personal, way too dark, controversial subjects. I'm leaving it alone. But it was revealed the TV that she had in her bedroom is gone. She said she sold it for money. And maybe today was all about using that money to buy something she needed so she wouldn't be sick. Nina Palmieri says, make sure the path up to your bedroom is always clear. You'll want the paramedics to get to your body as soon as they can, once Pete finally gets enough Twitter alerts that you're collapsed. That's a morbid thought, but how can I say this nicely? If you're someone and you are morbidly obese, it makes medical care and trying to save your life that much harder. You're making it more difficult for the paramedics to get you into the ambulance. The doctors have a harder time putting the breathing tube down your throat. They got to be very careful with that. I mean, it just, if you're having a situation where your life is about to end or it's being threatened, if your health is bad, it makes it harder to save your life and to keep you alive. So I don't know if she thinks about these things, but she should. Dirty Lettuce says, ah, yes, feeling sick all of a sudden and happy to get off live. We know where you're going. We're not that dumb, even though you always think we are. Yeah, that's the thought that I was having watching both her lives today, that all of this crap about being sick. I think she's just playing sick because she wants to go see Natter and spend time around Natter. So if she says to people, I'm sick, then if she disappears for several hours, nobody's going to question her. And I also have this strange feeling that she's going to come up with something medical, some kind of new medical arc to make people feel sorry for, just because the Natter Chantal arc has gotten really old and they need something new. That's just a feeling that I have. Jane Doe says, Chantal's famous words. Hey guys, so I'm not looking at the chat. I'm just going to drive with my head leaned back on the headrest and wear my sunglasses and look at the chat, but pretend that I'm not, so I won't have to address you guys. Yeah, she's always reading the chat. She's always wanting that attention. Katie M says, live life with me today. The furthest thing you do daily is live life. You're merely existing. Agreed, she is. She's not really living life. She's not doing anything productive. It's just waking up, eating, burping, farting, having a dump in the toilet. That's not really living. Addis Ababa says, sold her TV for drugs, and now she's having withdrawals right on camera. Love that for her. Like I said, I watched her with the whole jaw thing a few minutes ago. I watched it earlier, and I really can't tell if that was a real thing or a made up thing. You just can't tell. Because right before that, she made the comment about having anxiety, and then directly after that, the incident happened. Fiend Bean says, seeing into the future. She's complaining about anxiety now, so she has a reason to cancel the house guest she's supposed to have this weekend. You know, the boy toys she doesn't actually have, but wants to make Natter jealous with. Yeah, there's always a reason why these men can't see Foodie. There's always a reason. Ali, like me, says, having dealt with a lot of addicts in my life, chest pains, heart palpitations, and a headache sounds very much like the end of a coke binge. Natters also said she does heroin, which explains the nodding off way better than edibles. I've never seen anyone act the way that she does on edibles. Wonder how bad the drug use actually is behind the scenes. Well, I'm of the belief that she crossfades. She's doing multiple things at different times, and that's why it's so hard to pinpoint what she's doing, because she's mixing things, so it's hard to tell what's going on with her. Kenzie, formerly known as Nutter's Rib Pack, says she's so full of anxiety, and I think it's from either one of two things. She's going to meet up with her plug to cop and stop withdrawing, or she's about to go meet up with Natter and give him something, share her cop with him, because they're both going through it. Call me crazy, but trust and believe. I know firsthand what it's like to deal with these things. I've dealt with it for about 12 years with my ex that became highly addicted to addies and opiates. Yeah, I definitely think it's something party favor related. Either she's getting some for herself, maybe she needs some, or she's getting some for him too. It's just so hard to tell with her because she lies so much. Christina the Latina says, ma'am, you just bought cat treats. Piggy just posted a video of her in line at the store buying cat treats 2 or 3 days ago during her live stream. Then, funny enough, you sell out your TV yesterday and while out driving, abruptly end the stream. Sell the TV for gas money to go see Natter or to buy your next fix, did we? Love that for you. Oh, so she bought cat treats 2 or 3 days ago? Well, the only reason she would need more is if this big idiot did not buy cat food. And instead of buying them cat food, she's been feeding them treats. So she might be out because of that, but even still, feeding the cats cat treats instead of food is not good. Let's see. Jules Johnson says, all this anxiety looks like drug withdrawals. Yeah, it kind of looks that way too, but I'm skeptical squirrel over here. You know, you always have to second guess Chantal because you don't know what's true and what she's faking for the camera. Let's see. Next comment. Chantal's Wasted Life says, up all night on a drug binge. Sold her TV for drugs. 1,000,000%. I tend to agree with that. So I don't want to stay too long covering this because I got the other live I want to cover. So let's go over here. So she was out. She, I guess, got something. Now she's home. And a little spoiler, after coming home, she's acting a lot better, like she's got a lot more energy. So she went from, I'm tired, I've got a headache, I don't feel good, to having energy all of a sudden. You have to wonder why. Well, what did she do when she got home that she suddenly feels better? But let's get on with the live stream.
I don't know if I have any strips left. Joe beef, I don't know if I can. I might be sick.
Let me tell you something, Chantal. If you were really sick, you wouldn't have been able to go out in the first place. People who are truly sick, they can't leave the house. They can't leave their bed. You went out, you got your coffee, driving around. You were not that sick.
You poisoned yourself with your own cooking. See, any man who loves me would kiss this.
No, they wouldn't.
And just to get you churros. Hold on. Please don't die. I need entertainment. I'll try to make my funeral funny.
See, I was watching the chat during this live stream, and although the chat portion of the live stream is not popped up, a lot of people were saying some morbid stuff in her chat. She was talking about death and making a joke of it, and they were saying, they were sending some cheap super chats for the funeral fund, and people saying, you know, 2 for 1, take Pete's with you. And talking about Pete's, all it takes is one push off a cliff or something like that. I mean, it was sick. Chantal, if you needed any proof that some of the people in your chat really want you to die, you should read the comments. If there's any doubt in your mind that there are some people in chat that literally want you to die, that would be it, because they were not saying, don't die on us, Chantal. Don't die. They weren't sympathetic. They were like, go ahead, die. Here's some money for the funeral fund. Take Pete's with you. One person said, oh, it's cheaper to cremate 2 bodies together instead of 1. I mean, it was just off the chain morbid.
Okay, let's do this. He always, waits in the corner patiently. I just fed them like 3 hours ago. I'm not giving them more chicken stew. No.
Well, knowing you, Chantal, you probably didn't give them enough food. You probably gave them a very, very small portion of food. And that's why they're still hungry. As a matter of fact, let's see if I can find it. where she feeds the cats. They're up on the counter. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it. I don't know exactly where it is. But she's talking. Dang it, I wish I could just see the little window thing that shows you. Let me refresh and see if I can find it there. Y'all give me a second.
Alexis, you need a kidney, Tracy?
Hush. See, now I get the little window. Okay. Now, anybody who's a cat owner, look how much food she's given those babies. Look. Like barely a teaspoon of food. Is that why those babies are so hungry? Is that why? Look at that. Barely any food on the plate. That is not enough, Chantal. If that's the way you've been feeding those cats, no wonder they're starving. No wonder Sam keeps beating up on poor BBJ. No wonder. That's ridiculous. That's barely a teaspoon of food. I have one cat in the house. She gets a whole can of tuna to eat. Whether she wants to eat it all or not, it's up to her. But she gets that, and she gets dry food all day. She eats whenever she wants. She's never hungry. But this pisses me off. That. Does anybody think that little bit of food is going to satisfy her or him? No. No. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous. Sorry, I'm raising my voice, but I'm just mad about that. That's crazy. So let's keep going. Look, those poor babies, look.
Oh my God. Even though they just had chicken stew and crunchies.
Well, if they just had chicken stew and they have their crunchies, why is BBJ eating like that? She should not be hungry. They ate a few hours ago. And ma'am, if they had chicken stew, you just went to the pet store to get pet food, which points in the way of you didn't have any freaking pet food. And you're famous for going to the pet store and getting just a couple of cans at a time. You need more than that for those cats. Why aren't you stocking up on pet food? You had a HelloFresh subscription. Why can't you change that out for a pet food subscription? Like a whole bulk thing of canned food doesn't cost that much. Maybe 15, 20 bucks. And that'll last you for at least 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how much they eat. But you'll go and you'll buy 1 or 2 cans at a time. That's stupid. Why don't you buy in bulk? You should be buying in bulk.
I don't want you guys to think I start for Pete's to survive after me.
She's hungry.
Lola. Yeah, I know. Pet cremations. That's all you're getting. No, I don't care what the...
Okay, remember we talking about how there were people in the chat talking all morbid? It's happening. Pete's Jeffrey says, wait, maybe you can get a discounted funeral plot if you're Pete's registered caretaker. See, people were talking about, they're like, go ahead, die. This person, the baked Korean, says, no, this Pete's has to be buried with you. You are some morbid, sick people over there in Chantal's chat. Here's a chat for Pete's funeral right here. Let's see. Here we go. Chef Boy RP says 2 for 1. Funeral, yes. Cremate together. Are you guys into, like, do you people over there have a snuff fetish? I mean, seriously, what's wrong with you? She starts talking about death, and people are jumping all over it saying, I want this and I want that, and take Pete's with you. But enough about those two. Let's go back to the cats. Look how quickly they finished that food. They weren't just fed. If they were fed a few hours ago, they'd be fine.
The vet said, look, I know she said you can have unlimited treats, but the bank says no.
No vet, no doctor, no anybody would say that a cat can have unlimited treats. No, you tell yourself that because you don't want to buy them regular food. You lazy trash bag.
Goodbye. The Bank of Chantal is closed to all people. Blood sugar, yes, Liliana. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. Okay. Oh, I wanted to tell you, Liliana, my wait. Hold on, my no more BBJ. Hold on a minute, guys.
Yeah, she's trying to say that she's 349 pounds. Anybody believe that? Because I don't. I think she plays around with the scale or that scale is broken. I want to see her get on a real medical scale in front of a doctor and have her weight taken. And then we'll see how close she is to 349 pounds. I think she's 450, 500, my opinion, based on her diet, based on the way she looks now. She's got to be in the 500-pound range or close to it.
Body weight is 339.6 pounds. Chubby. Chubby.
Friggin' grifters. Okay.
So y'all remember the stream I just covered. She said she was sick, has a headache. She's much more perked up now, isn't she? She seems to have a lot more energy. What did you do, Chantal, when you got home? What did you do? Did you run in the bathroom and do something? What did you do? What's giving you all this energy, Miss? I have a headache and I don't feel good and I've got anxiety. What did you do? Funny how all that stuff went away so quickly.
Just let me take my puffer and my blood sugar here. Down under.
Chantal also did something really suspicious in this live stream that made me go, huh, what was that? And it happened near the end of her live stream. Let's see if I can find it. It's when she's sitting right about here. She did something where she put something near her mouth. It's going to be hard to find because it was so incredibly brief, but it looked like she picked something up and she held it to her mouth and she kept it away from the camera. Not quite sure what she did, but we're going to have to play it from, shoot. Let's play it from here and see if we can catch it.
4 months. You have to swab each nostril and circle.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. She did a COVID test. She didn't even do it correctly.
Ready, set, repeat. Well, not according to the instructions I have on here. I can show you. It just says one nostril and then like block it and just go like that. How bad are the withdrawals? Yeah, no, I had a CT scan on my stomach. Every test I do just comes back normal.
That's a lie. When is the last time you've been to the hospital, Chantal? When is the last time you've been to the doctor? Ma'am, in those times where you pulled your shirt up, you can tell something ain't right inside. Your liver is huge. And that's bad if you can see that from the outside of your body without a scan. The bottom half of your stomach looks rock hard. That is not good. A liver should not look like that.
But I haven't had an endoscopy done or anything like that, and I need to get that done. But I need to make a list of all things I need to bring to the attention of all my doctors and
So when are you going to see them?
start there. My blood, I need to get my what is it called? Blood pressure. I have a blood pressure cuff. I just don't know how to use it. And what are those? The fuck are those? Beige legs? Anyway, yes, KWowser, absolutely. Losing all this weight would so improve my health. Oh yeah. It's not, I don't know. You love kidneys? You have chronic kidney disease? They are cute kidneys, yeah. That's, so I'm sorry, Cass. I hope, are you on the list for a kidney transplant? I would give you one of my kidneys if I could. Test your blood pressure. Well, no, I probably wouldn't. I'm just joking. Would you give someone your kidney? I would. If it was somebody really close to me and they needed it, yes. Clinton? I'm gonna take Pete to get his snacks there and then Charlotte. I might look up where to get some lentil soup, yeah. I mean I really don't I don't know if I can make it right now. Maybe I'll get I don't know, I don't feel like eating anything, but actually soup would be good with some pita. Maybe oh, we'll see. Okay. I'll be back later.
I'm trying to find the part where she holds that suspicious thing up to her mouth. It's so hard to find because it happens so quickly. Let's see if I could find it. It was like she did it really, really fast. She had something that she held to her mouth, not her nose, her mouth. And she held it concealed in her hand. She held it to her mouth. Doggone it. I hate that. She's giving herself a little. So what happens, tell you what, we're just going to watch it from right about here. Let's see. Maybe I didn't back it up enough. We'll just start right about here and see if we can find it, okay? Because it was so quickly, it's hard to pinpoint.
I create gossip, I'm okay. Sofa King's future mistress. Sofa King, do you see this? Somebody has a crush on you. And it ain't like.
By the way, y'all see what's behind her? Look at Box Mountain. Good God, Chantal. That Box Mountain is huge. It's not even filling up the corner. It's spilling out beyond the corner. Girl, break those boxes down.
Lambo. Although her too. I'm kidding. Am I sick? I think so. Stinger protein waffle? The fake protein taste? I can't. Or is it like you know, you can add natural protein by grounding flaxseed powder. Is really good. No, that's fat, right? Flaxseed is fat. Isn't there something you could add that's like naturally adds protein? I don't know. It's not my forte, but yeah, so fun. Yeah, so they're giving these tests away for free. Do you guys get free tests in the States?
No.
Sorry.
You know, she could easily do this off camera. She's doing this on camera for attention.
didn't get a lot there.
And she didn't do both nostrils. She only does one.
Oh, beans, yeah. Deeper. Oh, 8 free a month? Nice. Tickling your brain. Push it right in. You don't have to do the pharynx one with the rapid tests. You can just do inside your nostril, which is nice. Under the love. So far, no COVID. Let's keep it that way.
Okay, she's doing it. So let me just back it up again. Y'all watch carefully. Found it. She's doing that thing I was talking about. That it doesn't look right.
Yeah, now we have monkeypox to fucking worry about. So far, no COVID. Let's keep it that way.
Watch carefully. Not the test. What comes after that?
Try this. I'm gonna charge my phone.
Yes. So what is that? What is that she's doing? She's making a point to hide it with her hand. Like, what are you doing, Chantal?
I did it right. Yes, I did. There we go. I'm charging my phone right now. Yeah, it's flat right now. I'm gonna wait 15 minutes. I don't think I have COVID. When I had COVID, I was like really sick. Like I couldn't breathe. Like I had stuffies, and I felt like I had flu, like a cold. You're so tired.
So basically, she's at home.
I got my.
She's talking morbid about death. People in the chat are saying shit that they want her to die, and they're like, "Go ahead, take Pete's with you." Honestly, I think she's doing the whole sick thing, like I said, because she wants to go see Natter later, and she wants to be able to disappear, and nobody knows where she's at. Although we do know where she's going.
Lungs tested. I had a chest X-ray not long ago, Rachel. I went to the ER, remember?
When?
And it was all fine. And then I had the asthma test. I have my lung function test somewhere in here. I have found the paper for it, but basically just concluding that I have asthma and maybe the treatment.
I'm sorry. I mean, I know she's got breathing problems. I know that she's had blood clots in her lungs before, and she should be on blood thinners. I don't think she's taking her blood thinners. But if you have asthma, how in the world is it, ma'am, that you're able to smoke joints? How are you smoking that? Having asthma, wouldn't that be difficult?
Treatment I'm trying. I don't know if it's gonna. It works. Like the inhalers I take work, but I think it's something else. I feel like it's more like COPD or.
Don't do that. Don't diagnose yourself. You have no idea how sick you are. You're just guessing. You're just guessing, and you won't really know until you go and you have a doctor check you out. They're the only ones that can properly diagnose you, Chantal. They're the only ones that would know what's going on with you and can say, this is what's wrong with you. But even if they diagnosed you and said, here's what's wrong and this is what you need to do to fix it, you're not going to pay attention. That's why you're not going to a doctor, because if they said, hey, you've got fatty liver and your diabetes is out of control, and here's what you can do to fix it, you're not going to listen. You'd be wasting your time and their time too.
Maybe hypertension, like pulmonary hypertension a bit. It runs in my family, so I want to get tested for that. Because that would explain my breathing problems, despite, even though I took my salbutamol not long ago, I still feel I can't explain it.
You know, I am not a doctor, and I am not diagnosing Chantal. But I would imagine her being 5'1" and over 400 pounds, because she is so short and because she's so grossly overweight. I'm sure that that extra weight is putting a tremendous amount of pressure on all of her organs, her heart, her lungs, her liver. She's got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. I'm sure her heart is just struggling to keep beating. And if her heart is struggling, I'm sure her lungs are also struggling. So if you got problems with your breathing, Chantal, it could be because of all that weight you're carrying around.
Not blood clots. I was tested the last time I went for D-dimer. So it's something else. But I don't know. I have to get.
Yeah, it's you gaining weight. And you got all that weight sitting on your chest, sitting around your abdomen. That's bad. That is very, very bad.
Yeah. Liver, they did liver function. They always do that every time I go to the ER. My liver enzymes were actually pretty normal.
No, they're not.
Actually, I have my blood work. Remind me when we're on the computer.
Excuse me. If you have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and if your liver, even from the outside of your body, looks hard as a rock, I seriously doubt it's normal.
Tonight, I will log into my chart and read you everything you want to know. I don't mind. Estrella, member for 4. What are those? The fuck are those? Fish eggs? Anyway,
Now, this is a good question. Kermit the Frog says, you have free health care. Why not go to that doctor more often? Right, she's in Canada. Canada has free health care. So she's got the advantage that if she's sick, she's got free health care. Why not use that to better herself? Answer, because she's not interested in bettering herself.
yes, K-Wowzer, absolutely. Losing all this weight would so improve my health. Oh, yeah.
She's not going to do it.
It's not, I don't know. You love kidneys? You have chronic kidney disease? They are cute kidneys, yeah. So I'm sorry, Cass. I hope, I don't interact with others to get COVID. True. I'm just making sure before I go out there because I don't feel good. So, and I have the test, so I might as well take it because I have non-traditional symptoms or whatever, non-typical symptoms. And I'm spilling you. Okay, let's go.
Okay, enough with her nonsense. She was sick earlier in the first live. She seems fine in this one, like she's all perked up. Again, you got to wonder why. Let's go to the comments. Shan says, and by the way, yes, anyone healthy can rarely die of a freak accident, but it is common for people in your condition to suffer horrific health issues very early, including death. And that's not counting the drugs. A guy at the hospital last week was younger than you and paralyzed from the neck down due to a drug-related blood clot. There are many awful things worse than death that can happen every day due to your eating and drug use. The party stops and the payment is way higher than you could imagine. This is true. I'm not wishing death upon Chantal, but she's acting as if her body can go forever. And all it would take to derail everything in her life is just one medical incident. Could be a heart attack, could be a stroke. Even if she had a stroke, sometimes what happens after a stroke is partial paralysis. And even if it's partial paralysis, who's going to take care of her? Who's going to take care of her if she's got partial paralysis or it affects her brain function? You know, Pete isn't a medical person. He doesn't know how to take care of somebody in that condition. You know, like her whole existence, her whole life depends on the money she makes on YouTube. But if something medical happens to Chantal, her whole world is going to come crashing down. You know, Chantal, there's an old saying, you either pay now or you pay later. If you don't take care of your health, the cost of not taking care of it is very, very expensive, like this person says. Kenzie, FKA Nutter's Rib Pack says, I'm no veterinarian, but wouldn't you think your cats are still hungry if all they do is lick the gravy off the beef stew? Or hey, here's an even better thought. Maybe they don't like the crap and only lick the gravy off because they're literally starving. Yeah, you say how fat and chubby Sam is, but I bet he's not all that big if you were to shave him bald, and poor BBJ is eating those treats faster than you shovel mounds of food in your mouth. You can tell she's freaking hungry. So why not try changing to a food they will eat all of and not just the gravy? Yes, sometimes cats can be very finicky. They can eat something for a long time and then change what they eat. And you can't rely on the whole feeling of, well, if they're hungry enough, they'll eat it. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes they're like, look, I'm not eating this no matter what you say. But watching those cats eating like a tablespoon of food, and she just ran to the pet store, which shows that she didn't have any food. It's making me mad, y'all. Making me real mad. No excuse for that. Nothing. No excuse. $10,000 a month that she can't afford. $40 in cat food a month, in canned food. That's insane. Let's see. Let's see. Too tired to care says, this is what coming down off drugs looks like. Well, I think she was having a come down earlier, but she did something and now she feels better. H. Quinn says 339 plus 70 is Chantal's true weight. Well, Pete did say that Chantal turns back the scale 70 pounds, but that was a while ago. It could actually be more than 70. It could be 100. So we don't know what her true weight is, but like I said, I think it's around 450, 500. And that's why she's having so many health problems. Susan Olson says, sick people don't vlog for 1.5 hours. True. If she were really sick, she wouldn't have the energy or the focus to do a vlog. She's not sick. She's definitely not sick. Lynn Smith says, BBJ is old and lost weight. She needs to eat as much chicken stew as she wants. How would you like someone keeping food from you for hours and not feed that gut of yours? Disgusting. I love you for saying that, Lynn, and you're right. Like, she starves those poor animals. I mean, they go for hours without eating, and then she gives them like a teaspoon of food. Are you freaking kidding me? Kathy B says, take your cats to the vet. Mia says she will not go to the ER or to a doctor because she has some kind of drug or drugs in her blood that's not legal or hers. Otherwise, we'd be getting a major health crisis stream. I think that's why she stopped going to the ER, the drug use. She doesn't want the doctors to find drugs in her system. Mishka says, go to the doctor so you have an excuse for your fake boyfriend. I kind of see her doing that in the future too, like having a medical arc and then disappearing to go spend time with Natter. Jamie Reynolds says, gonna take a sick day? You don't ever do anything as it is, right? Every day's a sick day for her. Ooh, somebody caught this. Workshop says 34.11. 5.9 reading on the glucometer, dated 5/12. Today is 6/15. So she was showing old readings saying that her blood sugar is low. That's Chantal for you. Always lying. So she was in this stream lying about her blood sugar reading. Yeah, that's Chantal for you. Let's see what else we got here. Let's finish this out with our community post. So she wanted to go out today, she said. Somebody allegedly sent her a message saying, "Hi, how are you doing today? Would you be interested in a nice massage or a session of booty worshiping?" Isn't that something? Miss Chantal yesterday was talking about religion and God, and she's sending messages back and forth to people that are talking to her like this. That's interesting. What kind of a Christian are you? Very interesting kind, that's for sure. The comments are gold, though. People are saying, the cheap piece of meat feeling never did much for me, but you do you. Get what you can get. Shelby Yu says, I can't imagine why you're not getting high quality studly husband material on these apps. Yeah, because she's on these apps advertising herself as an anything goes kind of gal. And you're going to get guys of, the same kind of thinking. LK says, no other woman in history has ever received anything like this in their dating profile DMs before. Damn girl, all the guys do totally want you. Listen, if you're a woman, you're going to get barraged with guys talking to you like this, whether you want it or not. She's so not special. But she thinks she is, though. She thinks when guys talk to her this way that she's wanted, that she's desired. No, it's just a horny guy wanting to get off. Janet Simone Silva Santos says, must be tough being so desirable. We mortal women could never. We're beneath you, Chantal. Yeah, she tends to think that that's actually true, and it's not. Jose says, your good Christian face was shorter than your water fast. Yeah, she's a good Christian woman, but she's advertising herself in a slutty way on apps. Kate Koch says, she is terrified of meeting men in real life. She is happy with Natter because she knows he is dependent on her to fund his math habit. She knows Natter would never leave. See, that's something about Chantal. She wants a man to love her, but I think she's getting the word love and need mixed up. She doesn't want love. Now, let me explain why. She doesn't want love because if somebody loves you, that means they have the option to leave whenever they want. Like if they're not feeling you anymore, love means I'm feeling something for you right now. We got a connection, but there's always the option to leave. Chantal wants to remove the option of a guy leaving her. So she creates the need thing. She looks for guys that they're in need of money or they're at a disadvantage. And by doing that, it ensures the guy will not leave. Notice all the men in her life depend on her financially. They need her. They don't love her, they need her. And because they need her, she knows they will always be there. And she has power over them, and she likes that too. So she doesn't want a guy to love her. Because if it were a normal guy with a normal job and a car and all that, if she pulled her bullshit, they could say, I'm out of here. Like what Bibi did. She doesn't want a guy to love her. She wants a guy to need her. And that way he will never escape her. Jessica says, I really hope that when you reach that, beyond that rock bottom, when you're living in that dumpster behind the Burger King with Pete's, suckling your teat, that maybe you'll pull your stomach up and actually do something positive for once in your life. Seeing you fall and continue to fall day after day has been a positive reminder to not give up on myself. Otherwise, I would end up like you. You are encompassing reflections of past regrets rolled into a greasy brown bag. Thank you for reminding myself and everyone of what not to do on social media and to take care of our mental and physical health. Yeah, Chantal is a bag of lessons of what not to do on social media and how not to live life. Kayla says, how sad and insecure you must be in life for it to revolve around nasty, perverted men. Too bad you can't find a good guy and get true happiness. It's a great feeling to have a guy who treats you well and genuinely loves you, but I doubt you'll ever experience that again. Well, you know what? I've said it once, I'll say it again. She doesn't deserve a good man. She had one. BB was a good man. She did not appreciate him. She was insulting. She was childish. And because he was a good man, because he was hardworking, he got rid of her. Because BB had standards. And Chantal's always on the lookout for men who have no standards. Because if they have no standards, they will accept her the way she is. So she looks for those men with no standards, men who have needs, and she preys on them. She looks for them. And if that's the kind of men you hang around, you got to take what comes with that. You know, you hang out with scum, you get covered in scum. Let's see. Toronto says you have a pissy mattress, old vomit, food, cat poop stuck on your carpets, but this is what you focus on, right? Her priorities are all backwards and inside out. Drunken Hillbilly says, stuffing your face and stalking Natter while pretending you are doing something else. You may find time to sell something else off or get that takeout money. Well, she's got a week before payday, and if she just sold her TV for money, I mean, that means she can't get a payday loan and she's got nothing left. So we'll just see what happens. JMW says, so selfish, driving around when she says she feels weird. She could hurt someone driving like that, but she only cares about herself, right? Like, if you don't feel good, if you know you're sick and you're feeling strange, you should not be behind the wheel of a car. You just shouldn't. It's a very selfish act to drive while you're very sick and you know something could happen. Litten Kitten says, SADV survivors don't act this way. If you're going to feign something, do some research. Exactly. Exactly. And let's see, looking for a good comment here. Grandma Spud says, so we already know you put out on the first parking lot meeting. You cannot really figure out why you can't find love. Yeah, because she's acting like a slutty, no standard teenager. That's why. Nobody's going to fall in love with that. No one's going to commit to that. Most people do have standards. You know, if you know you are acting like a sucker fish on the bottom of a fish tank, just sucking up all the scum, I mean, you get what you get. And you're not going to get anything of value that way. Brooke A says, stop bringing up BB. You've been broken up for years, and you said that he doesn't want to be part of your channel. Why bring him up? To make Natter jealous. And because I think there's a part of her that deep down she knows she lost a good man and she'll never have anything good like that again. Ever. Ever. She lost him and she is not going to get him back. And no other guy like him is going to be attracted to her. Not the way she is. Darth Grumpy says, another text from Natter. Changed my mind. So Natter's texting her. But I thought she was done with him. Hospital Arc incoming. So that's it for the community post. I try to put different things together to kind of save everyone the hassle of seeing multiple React videos. Hope you guys have enjoyed this React video. If you have, please like it, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and please take care. Bye-bye.